I love dick riders. So when I talked about the United States men's team and call them a bunch of pussies, no apologies. I'm not criticizing them for. I'm just criticizing poor decision making. No, I'm not criticizing them as individuals, but decision making. Okay, and it's so funny how people get mad and salty and butthurt like a motherfucker. Okay, I didn't say I live a sinless life. Capital One, what sins? I got my closet. We all got them. But here's the thing. I'm standing up for humanity. It's not about Republican or Democrat. So whoever came up with the libertards, I could be petty as 50 Cent and troll you all day. I ain't gonna do that. I'm better than that. But I'm just saying, yeah, the Democratic Party had its past of the KKK, suppressing my people, poll tax, suppressing the vote. Yes, the old Democratic Party, after Abraham Lincoln, with Woodrow Wilson, with the Ku Klux Klan. So the Democrats in that party, during that time, was the Deep South known as the Dixiecrats. They were the Klan. I ain't gonna lie about that. So yeah, before I talk about the Republican Party, because I know someone's gonna get all up in their Molly McButthurt and say, well, the Democrats did this and the Democrats did that to blacks. Yes, I know my black history. Facts. I know how the Democratic Party used to do the Trail of Tears and all that stuff with Andrew Jackson. I'm aware of that. And holding them accountable of history. That's what it is. It's called history. History, you learn from it. So, yeah. And you're probably thinking, so why you vote Democrat then if you know all that? You think I'm going to vote for you motherfuckers? Nope. Because today, racism still going on today. You're talking about race replacement. You're not acknowledging the fact that during the campaign, he was talking about the Haitian nation. Or the Haitian community. My bad. The Haitian community. And if it was me on the campaign trail, they would have got me for racism, thrown me off the ballot. But he still ran on a platform of hatred. This is what fascism is all about and how it began. You blaming a group of people. Adolf Hitler, he blamed the Jews. Oh, it was a perfect way to make Germany great again. So Trump is trumping up the play by making America great again. You blame the Muslims, you blame the immigrants, and yes, you blame the Negroes. Oh, I'm not going to hold back on that shit. Nope. So, hearing how he took people off a snap and uplift them, no, he didn't. I had a few friends who voted for him at that time. They were wondering when the snap's going to come. I felt bad. Now, back in my head, I had this little song and dance, like, I told you so. But, being not totally Democrat, but humanitarian, I felt bad because here are people who claim to be Christians, claim to live by the word of Christ, but yet you protect pedophiles. You don't address the tariffs. You don't denounce racism. You heat it up. Because I got a question for you, the ones who call Christians. Do you have some type of bigotry in your heart? Because if you claim Christ and you claim that you love Jesus, because Jesus gave the commandment before he ascended to the heavens. Love thy neighbor as you love yourself, and you love thy God. Oh, I think it was the sixth commandment from the Old Testament out of the book of Leviticus. Even Exodus talks about thou shalt not kill. Now, if you so-called Christian, why are you working for ICE? Why you took part, say, in Renee Good's murder and any Petty murder, if you're Christian. And then, okay, I'm going to throw Pam Bundy's ass underneath the bus because I don't care. Pam. If you're so-called Christian, then why you call them terrorists? Because you're doing what Clarence Thomas, when he said out of page 219, called "All Men Created Equal." We don't care about the facts. Let's give them the narrative. So Pam Bundy just gave a narrative and then didn't even bother to investigate the facts. And I'm gonna throw Clarence Thomas underneath the bus because Clarence. Not all men are created equal. That's if you have money. Because if all men create equal, Trump should have been in jail, Musk should have been in jail, Gates should be in jail. All those motherfuckers who was on the Epstein trial should be in jail. Okay, let's talk about R. Kelly, Diddy. Yeah, Diddy did the same thing like Epstein. He was jailed quicker than Trump. Trump's still free running the country and still talking shit. I'm not trying to make this political. I'm just giving you something to think about. If all men are created equal, should the laws not only apply to the black men, the Chinamen, or Asians, Indian, but should rich white America should be held accountable? Am I wrong? Or am I right? I'm not saying agree with me. I'm just saying I want to give you something to think about. And here's the thing, it was been puzzling. There was a comment left by a person, and I'm sending out his flowers because I see his concern. The war with Iran. So why are we going to a war with Iran? I'm going to tell you the secret behind this. It's because of Benjamin Netanyahu. The president's compromised. He's of Russian and Israeli accent. Now, Pac said it best. And Me Against the World, or I Wonder If Heaven Gotta Get 'Em. We have money for wars, but we can't feed the poor. Now, out of all countries who get foreign aid, who get the most foreign aid? Time's up, Israel. Now, every time Israel gets into some funk, who's the first one to jump? The United States. I don't know about you. This is not no anti-Semitism. This ain't no hate speech. Because if it was some hate speech, I'd be waving some type of flag. But I'm not that type of person. I'm just asking questions to make you think. So every time when Israel gets into some funk, I'm going to say that one more time because I think my phone's cutting out. We're the first one to jump. Why is that? Did Israel jump in 2005 when we had Katrina? No, the French came to the aid. Did we jump? Did Israel jump when Texas got flooded? No. The pedophile clown was Mexico. Mexico came to aid. Canada came to aid. Spain came to aid. The UK came to our aid. Where the fuck was Israel? No disrespect. But yet we are so eager to give out all this aid, but we could use that money toward infrastructure. We could use the money toward a national debt. There was a meme that was out, it was funny, but it was wrong. There was a Trump supporter who was a farmer asked for money. Trump said no. But when Benjamin Netanyahu came in the picture, map 100 million, 100 billion, and Trump says yes. Something wrong with that picture. America, are you tired of going to wars because of Israel? Are you tired of losing your loved ones because of Israel? And then I can understand self-defense. Yes, Israel has the right to defend themselves. But at the same time, you just don't go on a crazy killing spree. You do your objectives. You take out military targets. Yes, that's a military objective. You go out and you take out the military targets. You don't go exercising, military strategy in civilian cities. I saw a couple of clips where a boy got sniped by an Israeli sniper. I cringed. I was saying, what? So if Israel is supposed to be God's people, okay, I'm gonna say this one down a time. If Israel claims to be God's people, then why are you breaking the Sixth Commandment? Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt love thy enemy as your neighbor. And people who claim themselves to be Christians at home, how do you glorify racism? Because if you're supposed to be Christians, are you supposed to love everybody? Are you supposed to denounce hatred? But deep down, do you have hatred that you haven't addressed? That's a question I want to ask. And why women are getting trashed? If you're truly Christian, then you should correct the president, or I call him the pedophile in charge, that this is not right. Kash Patel, I'm going to throw your Indian behind underneath the bus. Because in 2019, there were 4 interviews by Epstein survivors, or maybe not teenage girls. They were gone, missing. Now, why are those interviews missing? Pam Bondi, I'm gonna ask you the same question. I'm gonna ask Patel, where are the interviews? Why are they all of a sudden missing? That's right. You're not the Department of Justice. You're the Department of Pedophiles. You protect the pedophiles. Not all men are created equal, Clarence Thomas. No. You just want to give us a narrative to put money in your pocket. It's all about the wealthy. So, American people, let me ask you a question. If an event that Israel and the United States go to war, should we send our troops or should we send ICE, the Department of Pedophiles, and the rich to go fight those wars? We tired of fighting. I'm going to give you something to think about. For a person who's supposed to be commander-in-chief, he don't like the military. I'm going to throw his ass underneath the bus. So back then, he called us suckers and losers. Videos don't lie. It's a document. Then, I think it was Don Jr. or Eric, one of the 2 boys, was going to join the military. And he told them, if you join the military, I'm going to cut you out the will. Straight up. I mean, I love, granted this country has this issue of racism, it's racist AF. I'm born here. I'm American. But I wouldn't send my child or friend to fight for somebody who's a pedophile, who clowns the military, and who's an Israeli access. What have he done for the American people? Besides terrorize us and divide us. Like I said, the Democrat Party has its problems. I acknowledge that. But the Republican Party has not fared any better. In fact, y'all are just as worse. I'm not trying to throw no shade, but I'm asking y'all, both parties, get together and take a look in the mirror and see who you truly represent. Because it's not about Republican or Democrat. It's about doing what's right and being a good humanitarian.